Hey guys, welcome back to Khanvolution. My name's Khan, and right now I'm be checking out the Matrix Resurrections official trailer. Keanu Reeves, Carrie Ann Moss, get this shit, dude. Okay, before I watch this here, I gotta say, I am a big ass freaking Matrix fan. Like, I love the first movie. The first movie is my favorite, but I love the whole freaking trilogy. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about Matrix 2 and 3, but I freaking love that shit so much. I mean, I like, Matrix consumed my life at one point. You know, a lot of my childhood at one point, because the fourth grade teacher literally used the Matrix to teach us about, you know, a certain degree of literature and how to craft stories and ideas. She literally used the Matrix movie to craft out how to devise a story, the different segments of the story, the beginning, middle, and then all the different little shifts that happen in between. I mean, it's crazy. And as I got older, you know, not just the late 90s, but the early 2000s, it was like the movie that like a lot of critics and freaking, you know, theorizers and like all these different, you know, bloggers on like different online medias, before even YouTube was a thing, you know, they went on and just like completely dissected and like just delved into all the different references, all the religious references, cultural references, technological references, modern dogmas, all that shit into all, you know, just depicting the story that was being told by the Wachowskis, you know. So I am so excited to check this shit out, and I cannot wait, because I am 100% sure this is not just like a remake or a reboot or something like that. This is a continuation of the original storyline, but because the Matrix gets a makeover like every, you know, couple hundred years, you know, this shit is gonna be continuing on. But the problem is, the last one was the Revolution, so now Resurrection is gonna pick up following the next generation of, you know, the seventh iteration of the Matrix, which I'm assuming this is gonna be, you know. So let's get into this shit. I'm down for this shit. 3, 2, 1, son. Thomas Anderson!
You seem particularly triggered right now. Can you tell me what happened?
I've had dreams that weren't.
Oh shit, he dreams the codes. That is Neil Patrick Harris.
Am I crazy?
We don't use that word in here.
Nice music choice. Is that a duck on his head?
Hi.
Have we met?
Oh shit. Oh shit. They're constantly keeping under blue pill. The sun! Sati's son! It's Sati's son. That's why it's not the... Everybody's plugged in but him. Dude! Holy shit. It's starting off just like the first movie. He's plugged in. Alice in Wonderland. What is that about? Yeah! Lana Wachowski, yeah?
If you want the truth, Neo,
She's in this movie? Iron Fist! Oh shit!
The only thing that matters to you is still here. I know it's why you're still fighting.
The music.
And why you will never give up.
Oh, Dojo.
You don't know me. No?
Oh shit! He still got the one code inside him. Oh shit! The farms. Damn! This is shit. Just like the first movie. In a train. Oh damn! Resurrection. Oh damn! Okay. Holy shit, freaking crazy ass agent shooting. Oh yes, you can't have Matrix without jumping out of buildings. Oh, reloaded shit. Oh, bullet stoppage! Yo, redirected the missile!
After all these years, to be going back to where it all started. Back to the Matrix.
Mindhunters! The music. The music, bruh. Holy shit. December 2nd. It's Christmas, bro, of course. Holy shit. Okay, we gotta talk about some shit. Let me watch that thing one more time. So I have so much to talk about. Okay, so the beginning of the movie pretty much starts out so much like the beginning of the first movie. I mean, they show the cat, right? They show the black cat, which is sort of like a symbolism of deja vu. When you see the black cat, you kind of are able to use that as sort of like a totem pole to define whether the Matrix is being reconfigured at one point or not. So I'm curious if Neo, while going through that therapy session, is gonna have a moment of like, oh crap, deja vu, because the whole first part of this movie is like deja vu to him, because he's reliving that, like, you know, being plugged into the Matrix. And you know, some of you guys might be wondering, why does the Matrix look so different? Like, it's not that crazy greenish hue. You guys will remember from like the Matrix 1, 2, 3 movies, like, you know, there was no sun. Every time they fought out in the open on daytime, it was always like greenish, you know, hue, clouds, everything had sort of like a green tinge to it. But at the end of the revolution, you see that Sati was programmed to bring out the sun. The Oracle asks her, did you do that? It's like, yeah, for Neo. She brought out the sunlight for Neo and literally reconfigured sort of the lighting and sort of the atmosphere and feel of the Matrix, the 7th iteration, that is, you know what I'm saying? So in this new version, like, you literally have a moment where like Neo is like looking out and like seeing the sun. That's Sati's gift to him. I'm curious if Sati is going to be in this version of the Matrix. I don't, you know, at one point we saw this one character who, you know, when they were talking about like Alice in the Wonderland, the book, there was like this one lady. Well, could that be maybe Sati? And it's, you know, it's just trying to help him try to figure out, you know, his past, because obviously the machine world and the architect, they like took Neo's body after he like sacrificed himself to destroy, you know, the virus that was Agent Smith. And so after that, his body was still there. I'm curious if they like sort of like melding to reconfiguring the body to like resurrect him, because maybe there's a new threat, a new virus that's out there, maybe even stronger than, you know, Agent Smith, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, like, they're trying to, maybe the therapy session is, maybe the machines aren't bad this time. Maybe the machines are actually using the therapy sessions to actually, you know, bring Neo back. They're trying to rehash him. Or the other theory is that maybe in the 7th iteration, Neo's still existing as sort of like you know, like a way of the robots trying to like keep him alive, because, you know, maybe as like a sort of legacy or like, you know, historical piece within the realm of the Matrix, the way the Oracle is, the way the Architect is, the way the Merovingian, the Frenchman is, you know what I'm saying? So maybe they're just keeping him as sort of like a legacy piece. But at the same time, I think that in the 7th iteration there might be a new version of the One. However, it's kind of iffy because he still has his strength, he still has bullet stoppage. We haven't seen him fly yet, but we've seen him jump out of building with the, you know, Carrie-Anne Moss Trinity at hand. So I'm sure he has his code. He still has the One's code inside him, because he has dreams of like literally seeing code, and he you know, he doesn't see the code when he's awake, but he sees it while he's dreaming. And that's so reminiscent of what the first, you know, movie was about. It's like, why do I feel more awake when I'm asleep? And then Morpheus is like, because, you know, you when you're asleep, you're actually experiencing images from, you know, the real world and stuff. It's just, this is crazy, man. And you literally have the same scenario where you see a girl with the rabbit tattoo, and Morpheus in the first movie was like, follow the girl with the rabbit tattoo, and here you're following the same girl with a rabbit tattoo. Not the same girl, but a different girl. And it's like, you know, following through that little weird mirror image thing. So the Matrix bends more easily now, depending on who is able to go through it. It's much more flexible, because at the end of the third movie, you know, the Architect and Oracle had this conversation, is like, what if the people want out? However, you see so many people like still plugged into their phones. It's very much a modern retelling of, you know, the Matrix and what it means to actually be plugged in, rather than just like everybody's just on their phones, on their computers. And in the elevator, he's the only one that's not completely plugged in, you know. And so he's like seeing how the world is, like how he feels so different compared to everybody else. And like the therapy sessions themselves are just another form of control. Like the agents are back, they're another form of control. They're faster now, they're upgraded versions of the, you know, the previous agents and whatnot. I'm curious if Hugo Weaving is gonna be back in this. I would love to see him back. Now I know Lawrence Fishburne isn't back, but I maybe he might make a cameo. But I love Yahya Abdul, so I'm glad that he is here and, like, you know, portraying the role of this new Morpheus character. Maybe he's being used by the Architect and, you know, all the machines to be able to rehash a lot of the Matrix's code and his memories, etc., etc. I don't know if Trinity is actually alive. Maybe they like captured her consciousness and it was able to keep it, but they don't actually have their physical bodies. Or maybe the machines might manufacture new bodies for them in the real world for them to move around or something like that. I have no idea, but that's what I think. And the fact that you know, Matrix is, the Morpheus's face is a little bit different, it kind of makes me think of, like, you know, the way that they changed the Oracle's face. Obviously from Matrix Reloaded to Revolution they had to change the actor because the previous actor for the Oracle passed away, and but they sort of you know, they sort of solidified the idea that the reason the Oracle changed faces was because of the decision that she made, the decision to help Morpheus, to help the humans, and that's why she ultimately changed inside and her coding changed as well. So that could be a you know, what happened maybe to Morpheus or something like that. That could be a, you know, Morpheus entering the Matrix at this point from the human world might look like this version because he made a specific decision, or maybe this is a completely different Morpheus crafted from the, you know, by the machines themselves. But I would love to see Sati. I would love to see that little girl. I'm curious if we'll get to see the Oracle here. I doubt it because like, you know, I don't think Neo needs her anymore because he's past the point of his coding. The Oracle can't see his future anymore because this is a completely different Matrix. They've gone past the point of being able to predict what happens and what doesn't, you know. But I would love to see Agent Smith in some iteration return, either as a, you know, a dream version or like as a next virus form, you know. That would be so freaking dope. And the color palette looks, it reminds me very much of like a lot of the John Wick movies. Like you see a lot of these greens, purples, yellows and stuff. And so I'm down for like that. Obviously the action is the highlight of the movie. You want to go in to see all that crazy Matrix action that you fell in love with back in the late 90s, you know what I'm saying? But at this point, I love everything I see. All the different, you know, things that they, you know, put in here to pay homage to like all the previous Matrix movies, and like you see little versions of like the real world where you see all like the human farms and all the people plugged in. So it's there is this sort of form of symbiosis that exists between humans and, you know, machines right now, because Zion still exists. Human population outside and underground are still evolving and growing while maintaining a sort of like a pseudo peace thanks to Neo with the machines, you know what I'm saying? So I wonder if this movie is gonna be about, you know, that peace possibly being disrupted by these new groups of, you know, organizations or whatnot. And I don't know if those are that, you know, the actress from Iron Fist, and, you know, also she was in Game of Thrones. I forgot her name, oh my god. But I don't know if she is a human or is she another program, or how many of these beings are actual programs versus humans. It's hard to say at this point, but you know, that's what the movie's gonna be about. So, you know, I'm excited for that shit. You know, I don't need no more spoilers. I just want to concoct my own theories and get it with it. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I might make a separate video depending on, you know, if we get another trailer. But great HBO Max. I'm gonna watch this shit. I'm gonna react to it. Cannot wait. What did you guys think? Leave your comments down below, and I'll see you guys later in the next video. Peace. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe, hit that like button, and feel free to share the video. And I'll see you guys next time.